New developments in a case against an American woman who claimed diplomatic immunity after a deadly hit and run in the United Kingdom. Anne Sacoolas is accused of hitting and killing 19-year-old Harry Dunn last summer. Sacoolas was allegedly driving on the wrong side of the road. Investigators say Dunn was on his motorcycle at the time of the crash. His parents have been pushing for a trial, but the U.S. denied Sacoolas's extradition to the U.K. To talk more about the latest on this story, we have CBS News foreign correspondent Imtiaz Tyab joining us from London. Imtiaz, welcome. Great to have you with us. So we were expecting a big announcement today out of the Attorney General's office in London regarding this case. What developed this afternoon?
Hey, Tanya, good to talk to you. Yeah, we were expecting a big announcement. The family of Harry Dunn, long-suffering family who have been on this extraordinary quest for justice for their son who died in that terrible accident, as you illustrated just earlier, a quest that led them to the White House, a meeting with President Trump. But since then, they haven't had the closure they were looking for. They thought they were going to get answers in this building behind me today. And all they got was more heartbreak. They were told that the U.S.'s position on what they want, which is Anne Sacoolas to be extradited here to the U.K. to face the U.K. on charges, was not happening. They had also hoped that there might be some chance that if Anne Sacoolas wasn't going to come here to the U.K. to face trial, that they may have a virtual trial, that a trial would be held in which Anne Sacoolas would appear in a U.S. court virtually here in a U.K. court and be within the U.K. justice system. But they were told just today here in the Crown Prosecution Service that that's not going to happen. So this family leaving this office in a very, well, quite frankly, with an awful lot of sadness and frankly a lot of questions. We have to remember that the UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson only just a few days ago said that he would support the idea of a virtual trial. But again, as we've been saying, this family being told none of that's happening.
Imtiaz, last month, officials in the UK were considering a virtual trial. Now that a civil case is being filed in Virginia, is a virtual trial still on the table? And what would the logistics around that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, this is something the family says they want. It's something the British Prime Minister says he supports, but it's certainly not something coming from the Department of Justice. It's certainly not something that the State Department has endorsed. And frankly, we don't even know if there's any real precedence for something like this, for a virtual trial. But there is a second legal avenue that the family is pursuing. They are filing a civil suit against Anne Sacoolas, who, as we know, lives in Virginia. That is her residence after she left the UK following that head-on collision with Harry Dunn, a collision she's taken responsibility for, the death of this 19-year-old. She, of course, leaving under diplomatic immunity, or at least claiming diplomatic immunity, although that's been disputed. But here we have this civil case that the family is filing. The family hasn't said what exactly they're demanding, what sort of damages they're demanding, but they say that if they can't have a day in court here in the UK, something they'll continue to fight for, they will try to pursue whatever legal avenues they have in the U.S., and this civil suit is that first step.
And so how has Anne Sacoolas's family or legal representation responded to this?
You know, Tanya, we've been in touch with Anne Sacoolas's lawyers from the very beginning. Anne Sacoolas herself has said that she feels very terribly about what happened. She has said herself that she is a mother, but she believes she has diplomatic immunity, and therefore she will not be participating in any kind of extradition or any kind of UK court trial or system because of that immunity. However, some interesting news here coming out of this very office, the Crown Prosecution Service. The director of the Crown Prosecution Service says that their belief is that Anne Sacoolas never had diplomatic immunity. Now, this is in direct contradiction to the Foreign Secretary here in the UK, essentially the UK's version of the Secretary of State, saying that she did indeed have immunity. But again, that really doesn't solve anything for this family which is looking for closure, this family which is looking for justice. And after leaving this building today, they have neither of those things. Tanya.
All right, Imtiaz Tyab, thank you so much.